All right, folks, so as Stittsville takes the ice, we're just waiting for Cumberland to come out of the locker room. The referees are on the frozen pad. Here comes Cumberland. Wearing the white jerseys as they are home tonight. Lots of parents with obnoxious trumpets tonight. So we're gonna have lots of noise coming out from the Grad's end tonight. Here comes Prue taking the ice for possibly his last regular or playoff season contest as a goalie. Cumberland still having a couple tournaments left this season, however, they need a win in the next 2 games to be able to have Prue play one more game before he hangs up the pads for good. Prue having heating issues, hanging up the pads, switching to a skater next season. Cumberland grads, rated number 65 in the province, taking on Stittsville Rams, number 4 in the province. Cumberland has not won one game against Stittsville. They've kept it close a couple times, and the last game ended up 5 or 6 to 1. The last time Prue played against Stittsville, he faced over 70 shots. Kept it 2 to 1. One more minute for the warm-up, and then we're going to be set to go. For possibly the last home game of the season for the Navan grads. Big shout out to the Joneses. Cumberland playing with at least one short. Oren Pierce-Teed not dressing tonight. I believe I see Parenteau in there. All right, let's get this started. Starting lineup tonight, we have Wojcik, Levesque, Cam, with Cajon and Quiche. Cumberland Grads getting the puck deep right off the draw. Cajon pinching off the wall, sending it to the left corner. Wojcik right on with a shot that goes wide of the net. Cajon trying to hold the line, but that doesn't quite work. Quiche back for the puck. Playing it to the line, the Rams keeping it in. Quiche running it to Levesque. Levesque pops it out of the zone. Cam picking it up with speed. Cam through the slot. Shot high and wide. Had the goalie beat on that one, but just went wide. That's it, laying a hit, and then the puck gets cleared down the ice. Stittsville from behind their own end. Popping it through neutral. McDonald firing it back in. McFadden on the forecheck forces Stittsville to get rid of it and ice the puck. Whistle blown. Face off coming to the right of the Stittsville goalie. The other one, okay. Yep. Stittsville with possession. Reversing the play behind the net and then setting up a breakout pass. They carry it into the corner and around. Lamotte working his man, helped by Cam and McFadden to get the puck out of their zone. The Rams with possession. Dump it in deep on net. Crew steers out of sight. Stittsville from down low. Cycle along the wall. Long lead pass. Breakaway by McDonald. McDonald shoots and the goalie makes a save. Pass through center. Cajon off the glass. Good chance by Baptiste, but he loses the puck. Baptiste with possession behind the net. Shot on net short side. Rebound. And the play is whistled down as the net was knocked off on that save. Good start by Cumberland, dominating the puck possession time. Let's see if they can keep this up the entire game and come out with a big W. Cam jams that up against the wall. Stittsville trying to skate it out, but that's all jammed up at the line. Cumberland getting it back right in deep. Carato walking, shooting, that's blocked. Stittsville fire it down the ice. Carato knocking his man off the puck and jamming it up against the boards. Cam fishing that out, getting it to the line. That's fired right back in. As Wojcik gets killed and tries to get a puck across. Stittsville forced deep by Lamotte. Maintain possession. Skating around the circle. And with the half boards, Cumberland doing a good job keeping the puck to the wall. Back to the point, shot on net. That's tipped in front. Crew gets a stick on it, and Cosgrove sends that right towards his coach's head. No coaches were injured in the making of this game so far. Owen White taking the face off in his own zone to the left of the goalie. He pulls it back as Hogg and White work their man in the corner to fish out a loose puck. Stittsville mishandling the biscuit in neutral as Owen White putting some good forward pressure. The Rams trying to regroup in their zone with D-to-D passes. One through center, picked off by Cam. Cam sees a little bit of good ice and fires one in. Owen White, good forward checking, pushes the puck forward. Stittsville through neutral. They get in the zone just onside, but Cumberland flips the puck right back out of the zone. Stittsville back with possession. Long shot beside the net. The dump in works as the puck is controlled deep in the zone by Stittsville. Wojcik coming up as a pickpocket, grabbing a puck and getting a shot off, forcing the goalie to steer that aside with his blocker. Stittsville transitioning right back on the attack. Pass to the left wing, picked up by Parato, sends it down the ice. Stittsville having a hard time with Cumberland's trap right now. Betsis with a good forecheck. Gets the puck to Levesque. Levesque going in. Walks in on the slot. Shot on net. Trailer McFadden puts one off the post. And it stays out. Cumberland looking for first blood in this game. Quiche getting up for the dump in with a one touch to avoid the icing. Rams along the wall, walking in, high slot, shot on net, tipped into the back of the net. First goal of the game goes to Stittsville, 1-0 Rams. Cumberland's buzzing, they should be able to get this one back. Caron off the glass, down the ice. Icing is called. Stittsville winning the draw. Cycling deep. Cajon first on, trying to jam it to the blue line, but that doesn't quite work as the Rams maintain possession. Rams behind the net, looking to center. Cam getting his stick on that and making the puck bounce out of the zone. Cajon knocking down the rim, laying a hit, letting McFadden try to clear. That doesn't work. Stittsville bringing it deep into the zone. Stittsville cut to the top of the circle, shot from the top of the slot, and that goes off a stick and out of play. McDonald gets poke check. Betsis picks up the puck and sends it to the bottom of the Stittsville end. Betsis with possession. High top of the slot. He gets knocked off the puck. High flip into the back of the zone by the Rams. Hogg knocking his man off the puck. Stittsville at the half boards, skating to the top of the zone, D-to-D pass, defenseman walks in, short side shot, through right there on the overlap to make a nice save. Stittsville, shot off the face-off. Goalie steering that aside with a paddle down. Oh, Stittsville almost losing that puck. Reed Levesque losing the puck in his feet, but able to shovel it deep in the zone. Cam right on the forecheck. Dunleavy gets knocked down. So he's a younger player sparing for us tonight. I believe it's Dunleavy. It might be Giguère. Not sure. Hold on. Giguère, number 38, sorry. Wojcik with Giguère. Puck's all jammed up in front of the Cumberland bench. Wojcik back to Giguère. Going across to Lamotte. Lamotte skating it past the red. Firing it down the ice. Rams skating it back the other way. Drop pass. Kept in at the line by Charlebois. Charlebois walking in. Short side shot. Prue making a save. Puck is loose. Back to the point. Another shot on net. Prue making another save. Pass back door. That's tapped in the back of the net to make it 2-0. That was a great play to get it to an open player who had an open net on the back door. That's it. Getting a shot off. Blocker saved by the goalie. That puck was knocked down by Betsaste. Puts it back deep. Stittsville right back on the breakout. Quiche to Betsaste. Betsaste takes it off of the skate. Stittsville right in the slot. The defensemen getting their sticks in the way so they can get shot off. Stittsville fans on the shot. Skates back to the line. Shovels it back into the corner. Quiche head-manning it to McDonald. McDonald not quite on the board, so Stittsville able to get a shot off from the point. That's steered aside by Prue. Quiche up to White. White getting it out. Stittsville going D to D to regroup. And then they dump it in. Far side. Quiche. Long lead pass. Icing waved off as Stittsville touched it up. Levesque first on the puck. He gets tied up against the boards behind the net, and the Rams right back out with it. Rams, short side, going around the net. Shot on net, hits a skate, deflects deep into the zone. Another shot from the high slot. Prue makes a save. Rebound is shoveled in by the Rams. Giguère with possession, gets it back for Lamotte. Lamotte under pressure, gives it away in the high slot. Loose puck, shoveled in the back of the net again by Stittsville. Stittsville with possession again. DDD pass. Up the wall. Jaguar skating that down to get the icing call against Stittsville. Stittsville 2-on-1, decide to skate it behind the net, not shoot. Baptiste going off the wall, gets it to the line, not out. Flip back in to the high slot by Stittsville. Shot from the point, that goes wide. Kept in at the line. Rams holding the line. Wojcik finally getting it out to the red. Cumberland getting away with a tripping call here. As Connell fires it off the glass to McFadden. McFadden looking for Cosgrove. Cam found him, and the puck just went in front of Cosgrove's stick. Dump in by Cumberland. Quiche getting it to the right wing corner. Cam reversing it back to Quiche. Quiche in a battle down low. Stittsville able to get it to the top of the slot and send one in wide. Some miscommunication here by Cumberland grads, and nobody's skating to get the puck. Hogg first on. Ties up his man. Cam fires it across the ice, no one there. Stittsville right back in on the rush. Jaguar laying the hit. He gets bumped, but gets the puck to McDonald. McDonald flips it down the ice. Jaguar stopped up before he could enter the zone with the puck. McDonald sends it back into the Stittsville zone. Stittsville fire one off the top of the glass in the netting, so we're going to have a face-off over in their territory. Stittsville with possession, D2D behind the net. Now they break out, but they're intercepted in neutral. Cumberland giving the puck away as they entered the Rams' end. Stittsville now get a pass picked off by Cam, but Cam is having a hard time doing anything with it. Brothers back down to Wojcik. Wojcik keeping that puck jammed against the wall. Referee whistles it down with 33 seconds left in this period. Shot on the draw off the face-off. Stittsville makes a save. Owen White battling on the half boards. Puck comes out with Betsy putting one on net, but that's blocked right in front. Rams in their corner, dragging the puck to finish off this period. It's a 4-0 game after the first. Stittsville, first possession of the second period. DDD pass doesn't quite work. McFadden knocking a pass down in neutral. Stittsville on the break-in, 3-on-2, shot on net, crew pads out of side. Betsy the long dump in. Stittsville maintaining possession, reversing DDD. To the line, not out. Hogg with a quick shot on net. Goalie making a save, holding on for a whistle. Stittsville with possession. Skated out of the zone and elect to go wide. Brothers loses the stick, picks it up. Pass to the point. Shot on net. Crew gobbles that up. He gets a whistle. Stittsville kicked out of the draw. Shot on net off the draw, and Crew getting the goal. Stittsville back to the point. Point man shoots, that's deflective wide. Dump back in. From low, Levesque picks it up and flips it out of the zone. Wojcik on the forecheck, forcing Stittsville to fire it off and get rid of it. Cahill looking for Levesque. That gets picked off. As the Rams walk into the high slot, take a shot. Mutt getting the puck down the ice, forcing Stittsville to get rid of it again. Cosgrove shoveling it backhanded into the offensive zone, but Stittsville elect to dump it from neutral before the red and get called for icing. Cam on the draw. Loses the puck, and the Rams setting up from their own zone. McFadden over to Cosgrove. Cosgrove with a shot on net. Goalie gives a big juicy rebound to the corner. Puck is chipped out of the Stittsville zone, down the ice. Quiche behind his net to pick it up. Quiche reversing the play to White. White with a weak pass that gets picked off. Charlebrois walking in, beating the defense and putting one in, back door, 5-hole. The backhanded shot, sorry. Wojcik with a shot on net. That's blocked in front. Betts trying to get it to the slot. He does, but the bouncing puck is stuck in his feet. Stittsville crossing the red line, dumping the puck in. Stittsville almost first on puck. They do recover it. Pass to the slot. Shot on net. That's chipped wide. Stittsville is first on the puck, skating around all the defensive players in the zone like if there were cones. Cumberland gets it out and down the ice. Icing is called. Resembling a Team Canada-France game. Stittsville losing possession, but regaining it right in the zone, firing it cross ice. The Rams laying some big hits, gaining possession deep in the zone. Dermott knocked off the puck, but is able to get it to the line. Bounces over the defender's stick as Cam picks it up. Cam tries to dump it in from the red. That doesn't work. Lamotte does off of Cosgrove's stick. Rams setting up deep in their own end again. Off the glass to neutral. Along the wall. Ram player blows a tire. Lamotte off the wall and out to neutral. Stittsville pushing it forward right again. Giguère rims it. White first on it. Sends it across for McDonald. The pass was off its mark, but Stittsville get it out. Hogg trying to send it back in. That's it. It's a couple bodies. Now Hogg going off the wall. Stittsville knocks that down. The Rams pushing the puck forward. Point blank shot right on the doorstep. Prue right there to make a save and hold on. Rams with possession off the draw, get the puck deep. Quiche rims it. Puck gets to the blue line, not out. Hogg trying to get it out along the wall as well. Kept in by the D. Sends it to the other defender. That goes off a glove on the bench. No whistle. Shot on net goes wide. Quiche sends it down the ice. Hogg gets walked around. Backdoor pass broken up by Quiche. Another play in front. Net is knocked off its moorings. Rams back to the point, shot on net. Crew steers that aside. Back to the point again, another shot on net that goes wide. Stittsville from the point, sending their puck deep, keeping control. Back to the defenders at the line. Shot on net, that goes wide as Cam poked it to the side. Rams, short side, shot. Crew makes a save. Rams lose possession when the puck exits the zone, but they fire it right back in. Jaguar rimming it, and point man firing it. Crew steering that aside. Demott getting the puck to neutral and out. Baptiste trying to go free and clear, but puck bounces off the back of his skates and he's not able to keep possession. Stittsville in the high slot. Loose puck. Swinging sticks. Baptiste loses it in neutral, regains the puck. Gets to the high slot, fires one on the back of the glass. Rams right back out of the zone. Cam going cross ice for McFadden, but that's off its mark. Icing called against Cumberland as Cosgrove fires it all the way down the ice. One-timer by Stittsville goes off the side of the net. Rams retreating behind their own net. Quiche mishandling the puck, causing breakaway. Shot on net, hits a post. Rams fire one around the wall. McDonald backhands it back into the zone. No one there to receive it. That's his headmans it for White. White loses it on the zone entry. Hogg right back into shallow in the zone. Stittsville skating it out with speed, entering wide. Shot on net. Who steers that aside. Quiche battling deep in the corner. Levesque backhanding it between his legs. Shot on net by Stittsville. That goes wide from the point. Kept in at the line. Back on the half wall. Across to the other point. Another shot on net. That's knocked down in front. Baptiste fires that down the ice, forcing Stittsville to touch it up and clear the icing. Long lead pass on the line change. Stittsville from the corner to the point. Shot on net. Doesn't quite work. Prue finds a rolling puck going towards the side of his net, and he jumps on it to get a whistle. Hall working his man in the corner. Stittsville comes up with the puck. Back to the point. Point to point. Back door. Shot on net. That goes wide. Prue able to come back around for the backdoor rebound play. He falls down and he's able to recover and make another save. Puck is shoved on to the net. Prue making another save with the toe. Scramble behind. Player stuck behind the goalie. Still no whistle on that. Stittsville popping it deep into the zone. Cajon laying a hit. Rams with possession at the line to the half wall. Shot on net, tipped over it. Short side net drive attempt. Defender is able to get in on that. Prue trying to scoop up a pass himself as he was all alone, and the puck goes over to the net. Penalty coming up on the play. Number 7 for interference. Cumberland with their first power play of this game. Face off won by Stittsville. They fire the puck all the way down the ice. Prue out of the net. Miscommunication with his defender, but he's able to pick the Rams player and allow Paranto some time with the puck. Cosgrove back to Cam. Cam at the line. Over to Betsist. Betsist. Poke checked. Almost loses the puck, but Cumberland recovers it. Cumberland with a bad pass right on Stittsville's stick. They clear the zone, and Prue plays it for Paranto. Stittsville fired back in. Betsist backhanding it to Cajon. Cajon going around the net. Across for Paranto. Paranto walks in, takes a shot from the wall, puts back at the point. Lamotte back in for Paranto. Stittsville working the wall. Getting the puck to the line. Not out. Shot on net. Tipped and scores! I believe Cosgrove got a piece of that. Yep. Cosgrove with a tip. Five to one. 5-1 power play goal. Paranto is still under the weather. I believe he's hitting the throne right now. That's too bad. But you know what? He's a warrior. He's out there battling through sickness. Bad pass by the Rams. Kept in by Lamotte. Now it jumps over Lamotte's stick, but he sends it back in. Delayed offside. Forces Cumberland to tag up. Rams dumping it in. Jaguar following his man around. They reverse it. Get right back into it in the corner. He lays a hit. Cumberland getting it to Wojcik. Wojcik firing it out. That hits a body in neutral, and Stittsville fire it back in. That much. Exits the zone. Gives it to Levesque. Levesque with a long shot on net that goes wide. Cumberland all changing. 2-on-2 rush the other way. That shot dies Keisha's skates. Long lead pass attempt by White that's picked off by the Rams. Cam hitting the man on the wall. He's taking a hit to make the play up to McDonald. Penalty coming up on the play. Cam with the puck. Number 7 again. Two minutes for head contact. So that player has an interference and a head contact penalty. One more body penalty and he's out of the game. Baptiste from the line. Shot on net. Goalie steers out of side with his blocker. Cam. Through the seam to Caron. Down for Cosgrove. Cosgrove reversing the other side to Cam. Cam back to Cosgrove. Cosgrove centering. Shot on net by McDonald. Great save by the goalie. Cam pulls it back to Baptiste. Over to Caron. Caron, one-timer on net. Goalie makes a save. Cam with a good forecheck. Back to Baptiste at the line. Baptiste off the glass. Down the other side. Caron pinching. And Stittsville get a hold of it and get it to neutral to end the second period. Cosgrove carrying the puck into the zone. Whips it around. Caron in there to pick it up, but Stittsville pressures Cam all the way back behind his own net. Cam gets to the red, stops at the blue, enters with control, then dumps it in. Cajon picking it up off the wall. Down for Cosgrove. Cosgrove gets bumped to the corner. Stittsville getting the puck out of the blue. Backhand by Baptiste. He gives it to Cosgrove. Cosgrove flipping it down the ice. Stittsville clearing the zone. Peru leaving it there for assist. Back to even strength in 10 seconds. As the puck is fired into the Rams bench, and the whistle goes. McFadden elects to skate the puck out of the zone. Lemot, cross ice, gets knocked down by Stittsville. Stittsville off the wall to neutral. Lemot skating back to backhand it right back out of the Cumberland end, but Stittsville regaining possession. Levesque in a foot chase for the puck as the Rams fumbled it. And now they break out with speed around the defender, around the net. Top of the zone, backhand picked up by Giguère. Giguère to Levesque. Levesque then manning to White. White getting to the red line and into the zone. White gets knocked in the down. He's down and out. No arm on that play. That's the type of hit that's going to cause this game to get out of hand. Referees are confirming the head referee's arm never went up on the play. Face off just outside Stittsville zone, no penalty on the play. This is a great way to lose control of the game by the referees. Let's see what happens after this. High stick. Face off. Coming inside the zone. Rams set up behind the net on the half wall. Kept in, but Cam backhanding that goes under his stick, and the Rams have possession in their own end. Past the red, dumped in. Hogg chasing that. Stittsville first on it. Donald getting it down the ice, and icing is called against him. That's is getting it to Cajon, who uses the glass to get it out. Cajon with the puck again. Gets it across to Wojcik, who one touches it into the Stittsville territory. Wojcik with a shot for the zone entry. Rams right back the other way. They lose the puck entering the Cumberland end. Stittsville cross ice. Entry along the wall. And around the net. from behind the net. Short side pass. That's knocked away by the D. Cajon knocked down. Penalty coming up on the play for cross-checking, I believe. Number 17, 2 minutes, cross-checking. Cumberland right back at it with a man advantage. Back to the point. Lamotte holding the line. From the wall, Levesque trying to push it forward. The puck is bouncing at the line. Lamotte holding it at the red. Lamotte with possession, skates it on the right side. Held by McFadden. McFadden to Lamotte. Lamotte leaving it for Levesque. Levesque getting free. Over to Brothers. Brothers with a shot that gets knocked down in front. Stittsville getting the puck and flipping it down the ice. Crew leaving that for Lamotte. Lamotte under pressure. Gets it back for Levesque. Levesque to McFadden. McFadden reversing it. Lamotte with the puck. Backing it up for Levesque. Levesque around the wall to McFadden. McFadden finally gets it to Levesque, and they exit their own zone. Levesque dumping it and changing. Stittsville icing the puck. Caron to Baptiste. Cross to Parenteau. Parenteau stopping. To Cam. Cam not liking what he saw. Turns. And enters. He goes wide. Drops it for Cosgrove. Cosgrove to Cam. Penalty coming off. Cam. What was that? Cumberland getting the puck down the ice. Net drive, Crew gets a glove on that. Shot on net goes wide. McDonald all hooked up. Stittsville to the line. Fadden trying to bat that out. Bouncing puck, didn't let him. Stittsville back to the line. Shot on net. That's knocked down in front. McFadden with speed loses the puck. Almost puts himself offside. Good hit by Giguère, who gets the puck down to the Stittsville zone. Long dump in by the Rams. Crew elects to glove that down and play the puck to White. Rams in neutral. Dump the puck. Crew plays it for Quiche. Quiche under pressure gets Knocked down from behind. No call on the play. Referee put his whistle away for the night. Rams with a long shot on net. Prue knocks that down and holds on. Cajon gets hit, but he gets the puck to Brothers. Brothers getting rid of it to the line. Brothers again getting it down the ice. Icing is going to be called against Cumberland, but the puck died. And they still called it. I don't know what is going on with this reffing, but it is awful tonight. They just want to go home. Oh, you can rewatch it, you'll love it. Cumberland not able to get it out as Stittsville holds the line. Now they walk it, they get it to wide on the wall. Cajon laying a big hit. Cam getting the puck to the half wall. McFadden not able to clear. Brothers back deep, gets it to the line, not out. Sent back in by the Rams. Cajon hitting his man off the puck. Cam laying a hit. Stittsville with possession deep in the corner, around the net, to the line. Back down to the corner. Carrier skates at the half wall, back to the other point, shot on net, tipped in front. Prue gets a hold of it. Back to the point. Stittsville has the puck roll over their stick. Breakaway, semi-breakaway, I guess, with a shot from the wall. Prue gloves that down and holds on for a whistle. Stittsville with a shot from the point is knocked high and then out of the zone by Baptiste. Rams from behind their net, gathering speed. That's broken up by Baptiste. And then by McDonald. McDonald trying to fire it down the ice. That skips over his stick. Lots of snow right now down on the ice. The boys are going to have to be stronger on their sticks and keep their blades down on the ice. Prue coming out of his zone, having to play the puck himself to get it down the ice and out of harm's way on the breakaway pass attempt. Puck is fired deep. Quiche picking it up. He goes off the glass. Puck jumps over the defender's stick. Baptiste not quite able to be the first one on the puck. Stittsville right back the other way. Quiche currently coming up against Cumberland. I'm not sure for what. Stittsville get possession and they retreat out of their zone. Stittsville keeping possession with 6 players on the ice. The net's empty. Cumberland touching it up. They're going off for hooking. Stittsville going on the power play. 2 minutes or less. I believe they are 100% tonight on the power play, if I'm not mistaken. Stittsville D to D. Back to the other D. Back door. Prue jumping up, slowing that down, and holding on. Stittsville back to the point, back to the wall. Wall man going to the line, and then skating back in deep. Looking for a seam. Shot on net. Prue makes a save. Rebound goes wide. Stittsville still with possession. Stittsville back at the line. Faking. Trying to shoot. That player falls. Caron ties up his man behind the net. Stittsville to the half wall. Back to the point. Point D to D. To the slot. That's tipped. Prue making a save. Puck comes to the line. Still not out on the half wall. Prue making another save. And the puck is fired out of the zone by Cumberland. 47 seconds left in this power play. Stittsville walking in wide, going behind the net. Back to the point. Point to the half wall. Back to the point man. Over to the other side. On the left wing. Chipped deep. Lamotte tying his man up in the corner. 2 Stittsville players on the puck. Stittsville possession to the half wall. Back down to the corner. Back to the half wall, bouncing puck. Allows Cosgrove to lay a hit. Lots of traffic in front. As Lamotte gets the puck down the ice. Baptiste first on it. Backhanding it into the zone, trying to get it to McFadden, where a couple of Stittsville players were there. We're back to even strength, 5-on-5. Cumberland killed off that penalty. Giguère, first on, reverses the play to McDonald or Quiche, but miscommunication. Nobody went for the puck. Giguère tying up his man. Allows Baptiste to get a hold of it and send a bouncing puck out to neutral. The Rams entering on the right wing. Centering attempt broken up by Giguère. Giguère getting the puck out to neutral. It kind of dies in snow in front of the Cumberland bench. White with a shot. Rebound comes right back towards him, but a little wide, so he couldn't get to it with his stick. Puck sneaks out on Caron at the blue, forcing Cumberland to tag up, but Caron able to send it right back in deep. Brothers holding the line. Stittsville looking to kill some time here. Rams entering the zone, 2-on-2. Brothers forcing his man wide. Lamotte there helping out with Caron. Caron going off the glass, down the ice. Forcing Stittsville to retreat and to try to reset. Great pick by Cosgrove, or by Levesque. Wasn't able to get a shot on net, however, but killed a couple precious seconds. Tip off of Hogg, icing waved off as Lamotte overskates the puck on the wall. Rams from the corner to the point. Shot on net, that's through traffic, and it's sent wide to the corner. Cumberland not really hungry for the puck right now. They're just puck watching on a lot of these plays. Shot from the point. Prue makes a save and holds on. Like the goalie's knees are acting up at the end of this game. Advil, Tylenol in the hot tub will do him some good. Giguère pinning his man behind the net. Puck comes loose. They reverse the play. Back behind the net. Baptiste able to get his stick on the puck. Beaujiguer get it to the half wall. Cosgrove not able to get it out. Stittsville right back with a one-timer from the slot. Crew making a great save. Keeping this game with 4 goals in between. Rams with possession, skating right through neutral with no challenge. Crew picking up the puck that was rolling beside his net and getting a whistle and holding on. Face off. Picked up by Cumberland. White on his own entry from the slot. Shot on net. Goalie makes a save. Net's off. Whistle is blown. Stittsville kicked out as they overskated the hash marks. Rams win the draw, but White is able to get it from the half wall. White's tripped up. Penalty coming up against Stittsville for hooking. Number 4, 2 minutes for hooking. Cumberland on PP. That's his Cam, Cosgrove, Cajon, and Brothers on the ice. Puck trickles to the line, kept in. Brothers firing it around the zone. Cajon coming in to hold it. Back down to Cajon, back to Cajon, or to Cosgrove. Stittsville fire it out of the zone. Brothers get it. Cajon. That's his Cam. Cam skating it through neutral, entering the zone, running the puck around the boards. Cajon coming up with the puck, gives it to Cam at the line. Cam walking, gets pressured. Has to retreat outside of the zone, but he's able to maintain possession. Cam to Cosgrove. Cosgrove boots it in. Puck is sent down the ice where Prue leaves it for Cajon. This has to retreat. Buzzer goes off, and that's going to be the end of this game. Cumberland have one more chance to make it 4-game series. However, they need to win the next one 100%. Clearly the referees missed a good game tonight. And we will see you in a couple evenings for game number 3 of these series. First team to 5 points.